And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. It's the Texas Longhorns and the Tennessee Volunteers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you, and Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Guys, I caught up with Tennessee's head coach before the game. One of the things to keep your eyes on is how does this young quarterback continue to develop? They took a risk early in the season starting this young freshman, but he has continued to develop each week and get better. He's gaining the trust of his teammates. He's really starting to make good reads and get a feel for this offense. Can they keep this trend going? I'll keep you posted on how he looks on the field and how he's leading his team early in this game. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. And the Volunteers headed toward the ball, and we are ready for action. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. They'll give it on the counter. Breaks into the open. Picks up the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Cranking up a drive like that can really get you going. It's first down from the 44. Right back to the well. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
Arch Madness. Makes the catch. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
It's early in the game, and as offenses try to get their rhythm, these easy completions are very important because that's what helps you get your feet underneath you as an offense and as a unit. And hopefully, as this game goes on, they'll be able to rev up and get more aggressive taking shots.
Wants to throw. It's Manning. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
And that is priority number one for defenses. Get to the quarterback. Affect him. Get hits on him. They do it right here. Get their first sack.
The snap to the up man. They'll fake it. They'll stop him short, and they had it sniffed out from the beginning.
I love the aggressive nature by the head coach, trying to reach into the bag of tricks on a fake punt, but the defense was expecting it. We've got a change of possession.
Offense in a bunch formation. Wide receiver going in motion. First play of the drive, wants to throw. That was an eyelash away from being picked off, and that is not the way to set the tone with a near pick on your opening drive. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete to the left. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Now the Longhorns will call the first of their 3 timeouts. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Way too close to punt. Way too far for the field goal. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Down he goes, and the defense snuffs out this drive with a sack.
And the D brings the heat, man, and they catch him a little bit off guard. Quarterback doesn't know where to go with the football. Man, the worst thing you can do on 4th down is take a sack. It doesn't matter if you get an INT. Throw that thing up. Give your receiver a chance to make a play. He holds on to it too long, and the defense gets the sack.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And just a great job by the defense being stout. All right, that's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Here's Arch to throw. Here comes the heat. Firing to the right, complete. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down. And the Longhorns come to the line on the heels of that big pass play. Scanning the field, it's Manning. Coleman open on the right. He gets just inside the red zone and goes out of bounds at the 19.
You know, it's hard enough just to catch passes in college football, but to do it while also being cognizant of where you are in the field and making sure you get a foot down inbounds, that's really impressive.
Going to take a shot on 2nd and short. Rushes on him. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. It's complete. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal.
Well, the play fake on the RPO bought the receiver some time to work himself open on the route. That was a man-to-man coverage on the defense. Nice job by the receiver putting his foot in the ground and separating.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
Looking for the goal line. And he wanted the score badly, but the defense wrestles him down at the 2.
Well, short completion setting up 3rd down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
And they've moved their way down, but still they need 2 more yards. Can they bang it in with a running game on 3rd down? Manning from the gun on 3rd down. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. 1st 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. You got to take care of the ball, but there is room to take a shot here. Motion from the wideout. Looking to throw on 1st down. Speeding down the left side. Crosses midfield. He's at the 30. 10. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Volunteers.
Do I run the ball here? Am I a little conservative? I don't want to get a safety. What? Absolutely not. I'm going to play pitch and catch, and my guy's better than yours. Outruns everybody the length of the field. 99 yards for the big touchdown reception.
And the extra point is good. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Throwing Manning. Gets rid of it. And he just flat missed him. Sometimes you see a guy, he's open, and you try to baby it too much, and it was a bad throw.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Be interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Tennessee has the lead. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. And the 3rd down pass is incomplete. The Longhorns will send out the punt unit. Not only did he nail it, the direction is perfect as it heads to the sideline. So here is the Tennessee offense. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offensive approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays underneath.
Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
We love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Timeout taken by Texas. It's their 2nd. They're down to 1 timeout left in the half. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Pocket breaking down. Finds space on the right.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping 3rd downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play call.
As they come to the line on 3rd and short from the 43, I wonder if they already know they'll go for it if they don't make it here. Here's a heat. Takes the easy one to the back. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down.
I like that play call there. 3rd and short, QB goes under center. You got the back in the backfield, and everybody's thinking it's going to be a run play. Instead, you throw the football when the defense isn't expecting it to keep your offense on the field.
The Vols will snap it on 1st and 10. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Pulls it in. It's Bishop. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now. Having given up multiple first downs on this drive, somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleeding.
And the Vols are moving quickly down the field.
Here we go. Ready, go.
Caught in the backfield, it's Staley. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Motion from the back. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Listen, if I'm a QB, 2nd down, I want to check the ball down and get a manageable 3rd down. But when this defense is flying around like this, so fast closing out, he got to that running back, got him on the ground so fast, the running back had nowhere to go.
They'll move the wide receiver. On 3rd down, he drops the throw. On the run, deep down the right side. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. The Volunteers will try to pin them back with the punt. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Fair catch is signaled for and made. They'll mark it at the 12, and they'll start in a bit of a hole. They go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Smothers. Defense played the Wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain.
Nice 1st down defense. Great job being physical, understanding the chances of run or high. They come up, they get the back on the ground, forcing a 2nd down and long situation.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Might as well stick with him. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. Neyland Stadium alive, a cauldron of orange noise on 3rd down. Manning trying to quiet this crowd. Gets it out fast. The Volunteers will call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half.
And that's a really good job by the defense. Sometimes when you play man coverage on the back, man, sometimes your eyes get...
And they're going to try it again. It's another fake. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
They had the exact look they had practiced for and what they wanted. The up man gets the snap directly. He's able to use the speed, get the first down, and the chains are moving.
And And not much going on downfield. He'll just get rid of it and live to play another down.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Manning using the back as a receiver on the screen. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous, if you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
They'll try to move the sticks with Brown. They make the play, force a 4th down, but they're out of timeouts, can't stop the clock. Timeout is called. It's the 2nd charge to Tennessee. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Motion from the wide receiver. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Makes the grab. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Trying to burn this defensive back. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense here. Late in the first half, they're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one. Downfield completions are going to be tough to come by.
Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on 3rd. He's not afraid to go deep. It's incomplete, and they tried to get one on the board before the break and couldn't quite make the connection. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, hard to believe we're a full month into the season. A lot of action in college football here in Week 4. We begin our whip around with Florida, taking on the number 4 team, the Ole Miss Rebels. And it's the Gators, able to escape with a 3-point victory. Talk about an upset. And this coach has got to be happy they get back on track after dropping their last game, and it gets them to 3-1.
So the Vols offense takes the field to start this drive. They'll open the second half with a run.
Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
And the Volunteers are in the hurry-up. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
And that's a nice 3rd down conversion for this offense. And I tell you what, the struggle for this offense has been stringing those first downs together. They're not in the top 50. On first downs, they'll get one and then they kind of stall. Let's see if they can put multiple first downs together, get one of those long drives going.
Pick up of 8. It's now 2nd and 2.
And that's a good sign for this offense, maybe finishing this football game. Maybe they can get that ground game going. They've tried. They just haven't had a lot of success. Made them very one-dimensional. Nice to see them run the football with some efficiency later in this game.
The give to the back. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Wide receiver going in motion. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football, and you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Looking for a crease. It's Bishop. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play. Now facing a 3rd and long. He might want another play. Tight end now in motion. Play clock was getting close to 0, and they have to burn a timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. It'll be 3rd and long. Motion from the wideout. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
That is the exact energy they talked about at halftime. Like coming out with right now for this defense. You're trailing, but it's a close game. It's a one-possession game. Come out and set the tone. That's exactly what they did, forcing the punt on the first drive.
He's got it. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. So they get the ball back after the defense forces a punt, and I'm sure they tried to make some adjustments at halftime after a little bit of a rocky first half. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Here's Manning to throw. He'll try to do it himself. Trying to scramble his way free, but that defense does a great job. There's no gain on the play.
QBs do a really good job of feeling pressure and trying to get away from it. You can see he wants to, but there's nowhere to go. Great job by the defense, getting him to the ground for no gain.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Now here's Manning. Right down the middle. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Man, that is such great 3rd down defense. Seeing the football, breaking on the football, knowing where he's at, because he's probably going to get that 1st down, but nice timing. Sometimes guys get there just a little bit early, get the pass interference, but that was right on time to make the hit and dislodge that football.
They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. Off the RPO, complete. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Looking for room. It's Bishop. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. The Vols come to the line in the hurry-up. He wants to change this route. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Escapes the pressure going right. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
That's the game it's kind of been. It's been a defensive struggle on both sides, and it's kind of like a tennis match. Which team and which offense is going to be able to break serve? That time, poor job in pass protection. The quarterback has got to find a way to get rid of that football and not take the negative play. But this has been a defensive war so far.
Throws for the tight end. Got him downfield. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the 1st down at the 34-yard line.
That is a big-time completion for the offense. You have to give all the credit to the offensive line because he had all day to sit back there in the pocket, find an open man downfield. That was just way too easy for the offense. The defense, no pass rush whatsoever, and the result is a big explosive play for the O.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Lost to fire on 2nd down. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown ball! Managed to grab it in bounds. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job, you got points, now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. To throw, Manning. He's moving out of the pocket. And they can't make the connection, and 3 quarters are in the books as we head to the 4th. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Dropping back, it's Manning. Fakes to grab. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. The noise reverberating off the checkerboards in Neyland on 3rd down. Manning trying to quiet this crowd. Looking down the middle. Hauls it in with one hand. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down. Hart's going to spin it again. Zings it complete to the right. Turning it on. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas. The Longhorns with a huge score to answer.
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
How about the job by this defense today? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that challenge.
Under fire. On target to the left. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
How about this offense, man? You gotta love it. Late in the fourth quarter, you have the lead. They don't get conservative. Staying balanced. Run, back it up with a pass, getting the first down, a few more first downs, and you can walk out of here with a W.
Shakes off the defender. Is that stiff arm even a human arm? It looks like some type of steel bludgeoning device on his way to a first down.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the fourth quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball. And because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it. 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
And offenses keep track of yards after catch consistently. There was none there. Nice job by the defense swarming to the football as soon as he caught it and getting him on the ground.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
Nice job by this defense here. They didn't do a good enough job on the last drive, but, man, we got to get to the quarterback, affect him, get him in predictable situations like you did right here now on 3rd and long.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. It's broken up. They took a shot, and he was equal to the challenge to knock it away. And the Vols will line up to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. And the ball will bounce at the 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. They got the stop they needed. Now can the offense pay it off and tie this game up late? Arch is going to throw for it. Tight end finds a soft spot. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
You know, I think that's a play the quarterback would like to have back. I'm not sure that's exactly who the ball was intended for. He had another open target on the other side of the field that he just missed.
Looking for a man. It's Manning. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
This defense continues to do a great job of not letting a great athlete at quarterback make big plays on him. Great job pursuing him, keeping him in that cage, not letting him get out in the open field because we know he can do some damage. Nice job by this defense so far.
Now 3rd and long and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. He just kept going backwards. You have to step up, and they get him for a safety. They'll boot it away from their own 20 after taking the safety.
Great job on the safety there. And how about the D tackle just collapsing the pocket? There was nowhere for the quarterback to step up into to try to buy himself some time. That D tackle walked his man right into the lap of the QB, and he gets the safety.
Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today, Don't tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football, that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
Quickly out to the tight end. He's got enough to move the chains, and that clock will keep moving, and they'll be able to run it out.
He has been the go-to guy on offense all game long. And on a critical third down here in the fourth quarter, surprise, surprise, guess who they go to? That guy.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Bishop. Nowhere to go on that one. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Timeout taken by Texas. It's their second. And they'll still have one timeout left at their disposal. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. And the quarterback takes the snap and kneels down. The Longhorns stop the clock for the final time, calling their 3rd timeout. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. Don't want to risk anything here. The quarterback takes a knee. What a game. We had a furious fight all the way to the final ticks, and that one is going to be remembered forever.
And I think